Hey everybody, if you're watching this, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, especially as I grow it. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who leaves comments, who likes the videos. I really appreciate it. Okay, so here we are. We're back for another review of Ready to Love Family Ties Season 9, Episode 11. Okay, I'm gonna try, y'all, because some of these people getting on my nerves. Namely, Chaz and Patrice. Okay. So the women meet Tommy in the lounge. They're down to 4. They're introducing their family members to their connections. Patrice has 2 connections because she is working to stay on the show to the very end. And I was like, how are these women eliminating? Like, who's left? Anyway, to be eliminating like that. So Mika introduces Justin to her father. Her father's name is Bill. You could tell he was one of them slick old school cat daddies back in the day. So Bill, her father, asked how many. As soon as he meets Justin, he goes, "How many girlfriends do you have?" I said, "See, an old school player knows how to ask them questions because he been there and done that." Okay, he was not here to play. Justin says that he runs across a lot of party girls in Dallas, and he's more introverted, and so that's what attracts him to Mika. First of all, I don't care how y'all slice it. Mika does not give me not a party girl. She gives me, she has a young kid and maybe taking a break from parties. But she definitely gives me, she can get it in the club. All right. That's just what I'm saying. And I also, and Justin, I like you. I really do. Because I actually think you're a very nice guy. I just don't like when men feel the need to compare women to other women. Well, yeah, it's just a lot of party girls here and party girls there. Just say what you like about her without comparing her to people she don't know. Anyway, so Bill said, "Look, as long as you good to my babies, I ain't got no problem with you." And as a father, he was like, "If that changes." And I just feel like as a father, you have to put a healthy fear in a woman's romantic partner. So he knows that you will meet him with that double barrel shotgun if he gets to cutting the fool. All right, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not advocating for violence, but every now and then, a motherfucker gotta know. Happy Friday, everybody. All right. All right. So then we get Vanessa introduces her sister Gwen to Chaz, okay? Vanessa and Chaz are not in a good space because he mishandled that whole situation at the getaway, as far as I'm concerned. Chaz, she talks about, Vanessa has asked, the sister asked about kids or something, and he was like, "Well, no, but I have a dog, and Vanessa hates animals." She was like, "Have y'all talked about this?" I was like, oops. Chaz said he had a connection with 10 of the 11 women when she asked him, "Well, how many other women have you been connected to?" Chaz, okay, first of all, they tell us there was only 10 women. 2, even if that was true, sir, you should have said many, most, a lot. It just, or a few at the beginning. That is not something you admit. There gets a point, there is a line to me where just being honest, and he was still not honest because he didn't know how many women it was, just being honest and just being an asshole. Okay, there's a line there, and motherfucker, you crossed it. All right. Now, Vanessa brings up that she brings what was clearly on her mind and she wanted to have time to talk to Chaz about before he had that fucking temper tantrum at the getaway. And she was like, "Is it true that you texted 4 other women, 'Good morning, beautiful'?" And she was like, "Except me?" I said, "Woo, baby." When I heard that, I was like, "Oh, Vanessa is coming for that jugular." And you want to know why? Because you haven't been communicating well, Chaz. See, this didn't have to happen in front of her sister. But you a damn fool if you think she hadn't gotten on that phone and already talked to her sister about how pissed off she was. So sis came ready. So Gwen and Vanessa were on the same page. And you know what? As sisters, I appreciate that. So her sister was like, "I think you are stuck on him in a way he's not stuck on you. And I don't like that." And your sister wants to protect them. And Vanessa was like, "At this point, I prefer to be loved out loud." And she deserves that. They're at the end of this process. Chaz is being ridiculous. And I'm not just saying that like Vanessa. I'm not just saying, "Oh, she deserves that," like as a thing we just say sometimes. to people, but I'm saying it because Vanessa is a cool chick. Like, she's nice, she's sweet, she's a mom, she's very smart. You can tell she's very intuitive, she's very clear and direct in her communication. I wanted her and Chaz to work out. I really did, because I thought they were two nice, kind of mild mannered people. But he's coming off like an asshole, and I don't want that for Vanessa. I don't. So Chaz, you and Patrice, I don't give a fuck what y'all try to convince us of. You and Patrice do not have chemistry. Okay? She is like the tattooed bad girl, and she just likes your house. Okay? Chaz, Vanessa is about to be the one that got away, and you 47, boo-boo. Time is not on your side. And for you to be acting like this, I don't give a fuck whether you look your age or not. It's not the move. It's not the move. And Chaz, you are clearly not good under pressure. So all these quote unquote businesses you have, I'm wondering how you handle pressure. You can't lie for shit. Like, and whoever left that comment last week, you have had me cracking up all week. Okay? Because when you said Chaz, and I don't remember the name, but I remember the comment. And you said, no, Chaz is used to having a lot of women. He's just not used to them. And I thought about that because I've been trying to give Chaz the benefit of the doubt, because I kind of like Chaz, but now that he's acting like an asshole, I can't do it. I can't. And Patrice, come to the floor. Come to the front and center. All right? I don't like the way you decided to launch into Chaz at the getaway. I don't like that for either of you. Okay? And I thought it was messy. And I thought it's really giving catty to me, because Vanessa was a good friend to you. She sat there on that date where it was clearly Alonzo and William, like, fiending for you. I mean, William was still polite to Vanessa, but she never tried to, like, date him or try to get in his face and all this other stuff that you pulled with Chaz. And the way you and Vanessa seem to be kind of hanging out and being buddies, I don't like that. I didn't like that. And I think that is very unbecoming. Anyway, so Patrice introduces her brother to Alonzo. Her brother asks Alonzo, how does he feel about long-term relationships and marriage? And Alonzo says he's a go-with-the-flow kind of person, whether it's an apartment or a house. Let's just try that out. And her brother is not feeling the go-with-the-flow approach. You need to have a plan, because his sister is past that age, okay? And then Patrice, okay, and let's be clear with Alonzo, okay? Alonzo is 30. Patrice is 38. Okay, I hate to break it to y'all, but that is not the same. We can all be in our 30s. It's just like 20 and 28 ain't the same. Anyway, so, and then Patrice decided to introduce her mother and her brother to Chaz. And that to me said a lot. She had a serious sit-down dinner with Chaz, not with a hoodie on and her big earrings, and she brought her mother, of all people, to meet Chaz and not Alonzo. That tells me you already know what your mother expects. That already tells me that you are really trying to get in with Chaz in a different way. Patrice is the firstborn. She's the only girl. So, you know, there's going to be a level of protection over her if she has a good family, and it seems like it. Her mother asked if Chaz would consider himself wealthy, and if he does, how did he get there? And Patrice turns to him and basically says, she's trying to figure out whether or not you're a drug. And you know what? I ain't mad. Okay, because he keeps saying these businesses, and I'm like, well, what does he do, though? And, well, he might be rich, but as far as I'm concerned, wealthy is money that makes itself, okay? Wealthy are the people who are the CEOs of Johnson & Johnson, and they can have 3 generations of people who don't work in that family at all for that business and will still be making money off of baby oil, baby powder, and everything else. Okay. So, Chad says, they asked him, like, well, you know, what do you like about her? What would you do? And he would, to make her happy. And he was like, no, I focus on my woman. And he wants to keep her happy so they can be a power couple. Then Chaz brings up Vanessa as his other connection. And he talks about Patrice's compassion for him. And they prayed together. So he said Vanessa met him with judgment. Why would you even bring that up at a table with another woman? Alexis. Cause you pulling the same shit Alexis was when she pulled up that shit about Koshia. Shut your bitch ass up with that. And you didn't give anybody a chance to talk to you or support you. And you threw a temper tantrum as you stomped away from Vanessa and past Rashina, who were your top two connections. What? Last episode? And had Patrice not pushed her way through your door in your room, she wouldn't have talked to you either before you left. And you still left after she prayed. Ninja, stop trying me. Stop trying me. So this show needs to be canceled. These black women deserve better. And I don't know who's casting these sorry ass men, but I am not interested. So for Chaz to make that comment about Vanessa's family, when her family doesn't live there, like in Dallas, is some bullshit. Her sister had to fly in. So how dare you judge who Patrice was able to bring versus somebody else? So she is supposed to protect her sister. Now, did they have to go in that quickly? Maybe not. But Vanessa has the right to have feelings. And at this point, it's the end of the game. She's not asking for anything she should not have. And Chaz, it's giving you're trying to punish Vanessa for calling you out on your shit when you were laying in the bed with Mika, albeit in the most respectful way she could do on that getaway, when she called you out about 4 women being confused. And it's like you want to punish her by embarrassing her with other women. And I don't like it. So Maya brings LaRon to meet her mother. Maya, serving fashions as usual. Yes, hair is laid. So Maya tells us that they met up at a club, her and LaRon. And a guy she knew came up to talk to her, whatever, you know. Baby. And LaRon lost it. Lost his temper and started calling her out of her name. Called her the B word. Baby, I said not LaRon. Not LaRon, who set everybody down for a group meeting on a getaway and said no more getting salty over your connection because ain't nobody married here. Not that LaRon. Oh, but it was that LaRon. Okay? And I knew when he got rah-rah with Koshia, when she was talking 3 episodes into the process, and he was like, you showing out, you talking to all these guys. I saw that shit then. And let me tell you something, whether he drinking or not, drinking may intensify it, but that's who he is. Working on it, it ain't my job to work through your anger issues with you. Go see a professional. Anyway, so her mother called the last minute to reschedule. I kind of believe it. Her mother may have been trying to go get her weapon. Shoot, you know Texas is a license to carry. Anyway, so I feel like Mama was not in the mood for this bullshit. Maya asked him about being possessive already, and that she has an issue with men who get angry quickly. The producer then asked LaRon, why do you think Maya thinks you called her a bitch? He starts laughing and says, because I did. What the fuck is funny about that? There was no sense of remorse. There was no, I should have never talked to her that way. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I lost it. None of that. Maya, good for you. Good for you for not tolerating that and calling it out. And I'm glad that you also met in a public place for safety, because those kind of men can get rah-rah, okay, in a way that is not safe. So LaRon is still making excuses, and that's how you know it's the kind of person he is, because he tries to justify his behavior by saying, well, I can see if it was repeated behavior. Ninja, it only has to happen once. More women have been through these situations than they care to remember, and much less admit, okay, because physical and emotional abuse causes a great deal of shame. Okay, why is it thumbing up to abuse? Anyway, so I just want to shout out Maya for being courageous enough to tell that story, because I definitely had an experience like that in college of a verbally abusive boyfriend, and I didn't even realize it until later. I just kind of thought it was just the way he was and whatever, this, that, and then you get out of it and you're like, oh, never again. Never again. So I protect my peace at all costs. So Justin and Mika go to dinner, and Chaz, you can take a page out of fine-ass Justin's book. He handled those tough questions from Mika's father, and he hung in there. You want to know why? Because he really cares about Mika. All right, they're cute together. I still think Mika will go up for a baller or a celebrity in a minute. She's concerned about him being single for so long. And, there's always adjustments in new relationships because she has 2 kids, so on and so forth, and her life is different. I was like, but didn't y'all talk about that before? Like, Mika, I don't. Okay. She made it clear that she only has one connection because he was like, I don't know, you was with Chaz, Alonzo. And she was like, no, I only have one connection. You see how that died off? I never thought Mika was into Chaz. So Vanessa and Chaz have a dinner date. She wants to have a conversation about where they stand. She continues to ask him the same things clearly, and he cannot give clear answers. I don't want to hear about how overwhelmed Chaz is. Okay? You signed up for this fucking show. You went and added Patrice to your plate. You're mad at Vanessa for calling you out, and you can't say that because you know you dead ass wrong for it. I can't with this. So Vanessa told him what her sister said, that he was too smart to answer so simplistically. And therefore that seems manipulative. It does. Smart people know how to act stupid and like they don't get stuff. I know, I've done it a million times. Okay, not to manipulate people, but just to not be bothered. And Chaz got up in his shoulders. And he was like, that's bullshit. I was like, oh, okay, brother. He was like, I bought bouquets for different women, but I bought you 2. I bought gifts, but yours were in gold or something like that. Brother, we at the end of the process. Clearly, gifts aren't the thing. And you are still saying that you're not sure who your top connection is. You wanted to get rid of Rashina in favor of Vanessa. And now you barely know Patrice, but sitting down with her family. And because they asked you softball questions. You like, Chaz, you coming off as a fucking asshole. And I'm starting to see why you by yourself at 47. I'm sorry. It's easy for a man to find a wife. It's not the same thing for women. Sorry. And Chaz makes me think that he has the attitude that as long as I buy you stuff, that should make you happy. You shouldn't have been buying any gifts, as far as I'm concerned, except for me. I mean, you can give her a 1-stem rose, but don't play. So Patrice says her family may be leaning more toward Chaz. She tells Alonzo, so she brings Alonzo out for a 2-step line dancing to get to know his intentions. Her family is leaning toward Chaz because he has a huge house and money. Okay, that's what Patrice is looking for. Patrice really met him, started talking to him a week and a half ago. And if y'all leave together, that shit won't last 3 weeks. I can tell you that right now. It won't last 3 weeks. Chaz is not her type. He's not. I can tell. He has the things she wants, and Chaz will realize after these cameras leave that he acted like a 47-year-old child with Vanessa and got dogged the fuck out. Okay? She's not his type, and he's definitely not her type. So Alonzo brings up how Patrice disappeared on a getaway to check on Chaz, and honestly, I would have felt a way about that too. So she said she saw a grown man cry and wanted to help, and she would have done the same thing for Alonzo. But I'm glad Alonzo addressed it. He's in the same situation as Vanessa. He's been rocking with Patrice from the beginning, the way Vanessa has rocked with Chaz. But Patrice and Chaz are enjoying this little bit of power. And so they may have that in common, but what they don't have in common is chemistry. So she's liking that Chaz is prepared for a wife. At the end of the day, she's 8 years older than Alonzo. So you need to have reasonable expectations, especially when at this process you are happy to have a younger man. That's number 1. And 2, just because Chaz is prepared for a wife does not mean y'all are going to have a happy life. He's already introverted and only has a dog. Your 3 kids, it's going to be a little different. And Alonzo, and I don't think she's that attracted to Chaz. I really don't. I think this is just her way of stretching out her time on the show. So this is the final Tommy's Lounge. He asked about the family interactions. Mika said her dad liked Justin and maybe they'll go fishing. We know that wasn't the whole story, but okay, girl. Patrice says she's stuck between 2. Alonzo isn't quite husband material, and Chaz has a plan, but Chaz doesn't give her butterflies. Okay, Patrice. Patrice says she's not really sure in the confessional what Vanessa's relationship is with Chaz, but she doesn't care because she's a fake bitch. Nobody is going home, so everybody can get clarity this next time around at the Ready to Love barbecue. Now, let me say this. Never mind, I'm not going to say this, but something about Patrice gives me former stripper. Am I the only one that thinks that? Did anybody watch that show on WeTV? I don't know what it was called, but it was about strippers, and it came on like really late. I remember that former house mom for the strippers. She was a white lady, and she was smoking while she I don't know. Patrice just gives me those vibes because a lot of them on that show were like, I'm starting a trucking business. And she has these springers. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But anyway, y'all have a good weekend. I'll talk to y'all soon. I have not watched Quiet on the Set because I'm actually kind of scared. I don't want to be... That kind of stuff really throws me off, especially since it's Surviving R. Kelly. But I'm going to try to review that this weekend. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.